Alright guys, so here we have the wheel, the beast of a machine. Okay, so I don't see any abrasion, any dents or any punctures. Let's see. Alright guys, so it's opened up. Let's take a good look at this, and we're not trying to do anything. We're not trying to, just pay attention to connections, All I'm doing is looking for anything that shouldn't be. You never know what's gonna happen. You can lose your hair, that's fine, but don't lose your eye. Here we go. That was a spark, and that's usually what happens when you reconnect your wheel. That should happen all the time. Anyway, let's turn it on.
Well, I've been off-roading for a while now. Now it's time to go maintain the wheel. We gotta go check and see how this wheel is held up. Let's open it up.
Alright guys, we're in the lab. It's time to check this wheel for issues. Issues that may have arisen from our crazy off-roading experience. Alright guys, so here we have the wheel, the beast of a machine. What we're going to do first is inspect the exterior. So we're going to look around the wheel to see if there are any abrasions from the crash or anything like that, especially on the outside of the tire. We're going to check to see if there's any punctures that I might not have known about. I know that there were rocks, but there might have been glass and all kinds of metal pieces that I had no clue about, causing slow leaks. So another thing I'm going to look for is dirt, so a lot of soil ingress. I'm going to check the pedal, okay, on the outside, pull it back and forth and stuff like that before I do any type of investigation on the internal parts of the wheel, just to be sure everything's cool. So let's get to it. Okay, great. So here we are, guys. I made a little list. First thing we're going to do is check the wheel. So I told you we're going to be checking for, things like dents. I already know I had a dent from earlier, from something completely different. So let's see. There's some nice little rocks, but nothing crazy. So I'm looking on this side for any type of, punctures or anything like that. Sometimes what you'll find is you won't get a flat until months or weeks or months later. And that's because there's usually a puncture that you didn't catch immediately. So let's turn this on the other side. And I don't see anything, so let's keep looking here. Okay, so I don't see any abrasion, any dents or any punctures. Let me see. All right, I see nothing at all. So we're good over here. Now we're gonna check the body of the wheel. So I'm gonna check on this side. I'm not really gonna check here. I'm gonna check mostly on this side of the wheel because when it crashes, this is where it hits. So let's take a look. I see this. There's a little scar right here. That's interesting, but that's okay. It didn't actually break the wheel, the body. It's just a small abrasion. Let's see. This I know is from another crash, so I'm not worried about that. And I don't see anything. Oh, there's this right here. This thing right here, but that's nothing. I'm not worried about that stuff. Small abrasions I'm not really concerned about. Obviously Roland Z case would have helped a lot here, but I would be sacrificing my pad, so not interested in that. Anyway, everything looks good on the outside. Nothing wrong with the lights. Nothing wrong with the front. So we're good over here. All right, push it. Okay, everything is good. All right, now let's check the pedal. Now, when I check the pedal, what I'm looking for is I want to make sure that the pedal is not loose. So when I say the pedal, I don't mean this. I mean the screws in here. I want to make sure that the screw in here is not loose. So this is too small. I need something a little bigger. This is good. Okay, first I put it in. I don't turn it. I put it in and I just wiggle a little bit. Oh, good. So that means nothing was affected. I go on the other side. I do the same. Nothing was affected. That's very good. Go on the other side. Very good, very good, very secure. Very secure. That's all you need to do. You can go further, of course, and check inside to see what's going on. All right, now for the fun part, opening up the wheel, which I don't like doing, but I'm gonna have to do. I know that most of the electronics is on this side, so I will open this side. All right, guys, so it's opened up. Let's take a good look at this. And we're not trying to do anything. We're not trying to, pull wires or anything like that. What we're doing is a visual inspection, okay? A visual inspection. I'm looking for burns. I'm looking for, possible soil or any type of ingress. Off-roading is, pretty intense. So I just don't know what to expect, right? And as you can see right here, there are no gaskets. But even if there's 0 gaskets here, that should not account for any type of dirt ingress. My spit is ingress, so I need to get a mask. There we go. Because I don't want to talk and spit on this. What I didn't do was disconnect the battery. It's completely on right now. This is on. This is a problem. So what I do, this is compressed air. Okay, it's compressed air. And all I do is connect the compressed air, test it. Nope, it's not working. Pull that out. There we go. There we go. So that works. Now this is a live circuit. I should not actually do this on a live circuit, I don't think, because I don't want anything crazy happening. But what I will do here is at least disconnect this side. What we're gonna do is push the power button, so that way, all right, so that way at least this side is discharged and the whole thing is discharged. So there's no more power. Good. No more power whatsoever. The circuit is broken. No power. I turn it on, nothing. Turn it on, nothing. I am absolutely sure there is nothing. All right. So this is discharged. This is my last wheel, guys. I'm not trying to lose the last wheel here. But anyway, I'm gonna blow over here, load this, all this. All right. See, it says laptops, keyboards, computers, autos, and more. Okay. So spray it all. Woo! Yes. And we're good. Good. So all I did, not too much, all I did was cleaned off any type of dirt or any type of debris that may have been in here. Sometimes you cannot visualize debris. Sometimes you just have to assume it's there. Next, what I'm going to do is get this tool. This is a magnifier. It's dirty. All right, I don't have anything to clean it, so I'm using my shirt. Anyway, this thing is clean enough. What I'm going to do is just go in a little bit, just pay attention to connections, All I'm doing is looking for anything that shouldn't be. You know what I mean? All the wires look perfectly fine to me. All the connections look great. I don't see any dirt. There's some dirt on here, actually. That's interesting. That's probably from just the lab, just being in here. There's definitely some dirt. Let me see. Yeah, it's probably not dirt. It just looks like dirt, but all right. So these are silicone components. So let me look at this. I don't see this right here is, I'm not sure if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but if you look, there's a little curve here. I don't like this. This is similar to a pinch. I'm not trying to get pinched. So what I'll do is I'll just open it up a little bit. Make sure it's not pinched, but yeah, I don't want there to be pinches in here. I don't know. But anyway, it looked like a pinch to me. Just don't want it to be pinched. Everything looks good to me, guys. Everything looks good. This is just a quick visual inspection. I know that the connections, this should be connected. This should be connected. Nothing should be loose. This shouldn't be loose. Nothing should be loose. Everything should be perfect. Another thing is wear your goggles. Wear your goggles. You never know what's gonna happen. You can lose your hair, that's fine, but don't lose your eyes. So everything looks kind of good. Everything looks kosher, to be honest. This capacitor right here was the one that blew up in the high-speed MSP. But it seems like this is the same type of capacitor. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's the same type of capacitor, 160 volt. Now, why is it that I'm able to beast up on this wheel, you know, push it as hard as I can, but I can't push the high-speed MSP? And I think the reason is because this motor is 2,500 watts, okay? The high-speed MSP is 2,000 watts. Apparently, my guess is that a 2,000 watt motor, you know, was not, this board was not meant for a 2,000 watt motor. It appears that the 2,000 watt motor probably draws too much current when it's forced like that off the line, because I don't have this issue with this wheel. This thing eats up hills, man, like nothing, like no issues whatsoever. But the high-speed MSP, if you try to push it too hard, it bucks at you, letting you know, hey, I'm about to like dip. Can you pull back a little? And it's the same setup. It's literally the exact same setup. The programming is probably different. It's definitely different. The motor is different. Batteries are a little bit different because this is, no, the batteries are actually the same. And this is 1800, and the high speed as well is 1800. So far I'm happy, guys. Everything looks great. And that's all I need to do. There's nothing else I need to do. If you do anything more, you're introducing more risks that's unnecessary. So plug it back in. There should be a spark as usual. Oh, there's the spark. Here we go. That was a spark. And that's usually what happens when you reconnect your wheel. That should happen all the time. Anyway, let's turn it on. And we're good to go, baby. All right, he's back on. This is beautiful. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. If you notice, the fan on this pre-production is different than the production, because the high-speed MSP is placed in a very interesting way. Maybe I was confusing it with the 84 volt. I don't know, but it's just something I noticed. Now, next time I will probably try to ride that trail maybe 2-3 times more. But I have a surprising guest. I have a guest. I have a guest indeed. And I hope I can ride this guest wheel as well as I do Gotways. Because I'm not really into that type of wheel, but that wheel is actually designed for off-roading. A lot of you know this wheel. So the first one to comment what that wheel is in the comment field, I will have, I don't know if I'll have something for you. Maybe I'll have something for you, maybe not. But yes, guys, first guy to comment in the field, what is that guest wheel? I will present that wheel in the next video coming up. It's a very formidable wheel though. But what I will try to do is first ride the track with that particular wheel, and then there will be another video, Yaz will, where I will compare how fast I can ride this wheel with that particular wheel. Because that particular wheel is in the category, here's a hint for you, it's in the category of wheels that does 30 miles, 31 miles an hour. And so my goal is to try to see in future video if I can ride this wheel at 30 plus miles an hour. Pretty much for the whole track, or for as much of the track as I possibly can, just to prove a point that speed doesn't really matter on off-roading, right? So, and maybe it does. Maybe I'll prove myself wrong. Maybe this will be able to manage 30 plus miles an hour, making the other wheel, the guest wheel that I'm about to introduce to you guys, irrelevant. So, in terms of speed. But guys, this was it. This is all I have for you today. Definitely maintain your wheel at all times. You come off of riding, maintain your wheel. Make it last for how many years that it needs to by just doing the right thing. Peace. See you next time. Happy riding.